penitence psalm.
我们今天要上的课呢，本来是上个礼拜要上的，后来我们当中加了一点事儿进去，所以我们今天要上的是在诗篇里面是看那些悔改的诗篇。
Now, we people living on earth in a body that is prone to sin.
我们这个地上的人是活在一个身体里面，这个身体是什么呢？是会犯罪的。
We're always being tripped up by Satan.
我们常常是被受撒旦的这个欺骗和迷惑。
When we are not watching carefully what we're doing.
当我们不警醒谨守的时候，我们就容易被撒旦迷惑和引诱。
And thus, it is natural that the writers of the Psalms also committed sins from time to time.
所以呢，作为这个一样是有血肉之躯的这些写诗篇的作者们，他们也是会时不时的掉到这个犯罪的陷阱里面去。
But as the Psalms are always connected with God.
但是我们知道，所有的诗篇总是跟神有关系。
Repentance is very often included.
那所以呢，关于人的犯罪以后的这个悔罪的这个诗篇，也是包含在诗篇里面。
And the repentance that the psalmists bring out is not only what they've done individually, but what their nation has done.
这些诗人们不但是写了他们自己个人所犯的罪，也常常为了他们民族整个国家民族一起犯了共同的这些罪恶。
You see, the Jewish race came into existence by an act of God.
我们知道是因为神的作为，所以犹太这个民族从一个人开始就成为这么大一个民族。
They knew how God had talked to Abraham.
这个犹太人非常清楚神是如何对耶和华对亚伯拉罕说了什么。
They knew how God brought their ancestors into Egypt.
他们很清楚这个耶和华是如何把他们的祖先带出了埃及。
They knew how God had sustained them in Egypt.
这个犹太人也很清楚耶和华如何在埃及的时候如何的保守犹太这个民族。
And they knew how God had brought them out of Egypt.
所以他们也很清楚耶和华是用如何的手段把他们从埃及带出来。
And they had a record of how God had called Moses to guide them up to the land he had promised Abraham.
他们通过圣经的记载，犹太人也都很清楚耶和华如何通过摩西把犹太人一步一步地带向应许之地。
They had seen all the mighty works that God had done to get them to the land of Canaan.
他们也亲眼看见他们这个神，他们这些在圣经里面所记载是耶和华通过如何多的神迹奇事，使得这些犹太人能够真正安全地到达这个迦南美地。
And they had been given very clear warnings to not do the things that the Canaanites were doing.
而且犹太人也很清楚，耶和华清清楚楚、明明白白、反复地告诉犹太人：你们不要行这些迦南原住民的这一些所行的罪恶。
And in spite of the clear warnings that they had heard,
尽管他们清楚地听到耶和华对他们的警戒。
and it was not just given to them orally.
而且这些警戒不仅仅是口头上对他们警告。
Because if it just given them orally, it's possible for them to forget.
有时候人听到人口头说的话，可能过段时间已经忘了。
But Moses had recorded all those instructions in his 5 books.
但是摩西是在他摩西五经里面，在托拉里面把这个耶和华所有的吩咐都详细的记载下来。
So they had no excuse for saying they did not know.
所以他们根本就毫无借口说：“哎呀，我们不知道啊。”
Then, as we read the history of Israel, we see how often they disobeyed God.
所以当我们看这个犹太人的历史的时候，我们看见他们是如何常常的得罪神。
They grumbled at the things that they went through.
他们一天到晚就是为自己生活当中的一些困难就抱怨神。
God gave them manna to eat, and after a while, they grumbled about that.
神天降玛纳给他们吃，他们吃了一段时间腻了，他们就开始抱怨。
They got tired of it.
然后他们觉得吃腻了，这个不好吃。
Then when they got to Canaan, they were attracted by the godless acts of the Canaanites.
然后呢，他们到了迦南以后，他们看见了那些这些不敬虔的那些淫乱败坏的迦南人所行的罪恶，他们反而觉得这个很有意思。
And those are the things that Moses has specifically forbidden them to do.
这些迦南人所行的罪恶是在摩西的书信里面，摩西亲口也都反复一再的强调，警告犹太人不能做。
See, now with that as a background, the psalmists writing poetry about God's goodness and authority were always having to acknowledge to God the sins that they did.
所以，因为有这样的一些这个背景的这个状况，所以每一个写诗篇的诗人，他们呢就要来到神的面前，承认、意识到他们所行的各种各样的这个罪恶，请求神的这个赦罪。
Now open up to Psalm 106.
我们第一个诗篇来看的是诗篇106。
It enumerates all the times Israel rebelled against God.
这些都是就记载到，就是人总是常常的得罪神、背逆、这个抵挡神。
See, verse 6 says, "We have sinned like our fathers."
在106的第6节说，我们与我们的祖宗一同犯罪。
See, experiencing the mighty work of God in bringing them out of Egypt, they rebelled at the Red Sea.
这个他们亲眼当年出埃及的时候，这些犹太人刚刚看见过，耶和华天降实灾，在这个埃及的大地上把他们带出来，到红海边上，他们就开始抱怨，就抵挡神了。
See, they standing by the Red Sea, they saw the Egyptian army coming.
他们在这个红海边上的时候，看见后面这个有埃及的追兵追赶他们。
But they forgot what God had just done for them.
但是呢，他们就已经忘记耶和华曾经为他们做过些什么。
And they accused Moses of doing something stupid.
他们反过来是什么呢？是这个指责这个摩西做了愚蠢的事。
They said, "Is it because there were no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness?"
他们问摩西说：“难道我们在埃及死无葬身之地，我们非得要到这个地方，到红海边上来死吗？”
And that's found in Exodus 41:11.
我们知道，在出埃及记的41章的第11节就讲这个话。
But we're going on down to verse 13.
我们再来看，在诗篇的106的第13节说什么
After God had delivered them from the Egyptian army, they still grumbled.
他们这个耶和华在红海边上拯救了犹太人以后，从埃及的追兵下救出来以后，他们还是照样抱怨。
They grumbled at what he was taking them through. They had all kinds of difficulties.
他们这又开始的抱怨神，是因为他们在旷野后来又经历了一些困难。
And then later, they became envious of Moses and Aaron. That's in verse 16.
在第16节说什么呢？他说他们又在营中嫉妒摩西和耶和华的圣者亚伦。
And every time they rebelled, they saw how God was with Moses and protected him.
而且他们知道，每次他们这个抵挡神，甚至要攻击摩西和亚伦的时候，神是如何保守他们的。
But their pride made them go on rebelling.
但是这些犹太人当中的心中的这个骄傲，使得他们不停地继续地走在背逆神的罪恶的道路上。
Now you go down to verse 19.
如果大家到看第19节，
They even went to the extreme sin and defied God by making a golden calf.
他们甚至这个触犯最高的这些天条，什么呢？比方说，他们来做一个假神，造一个金牛犊。
And they had the gall to call it the God who brought them out of Egypt.
他们甚至忘记了神，他们甚至去这个拜那些甚至弃绝那个把他们从埃及为奴之家领出来的耶和华。
They kept on doing things like this till God had to eliminate that generation from entering the promised land.